Hey there, it's Ryan with iMinnesotaNice.com. Today, day 79 of 365. I'm here, Applied Energy Innovations. This is Dustin.
How you doing?
Tell me more.
My name's Dustin Dennison with Applied Energy Innovations, and we are an electrical, mechanical, plumbing general contractor. And what we specialize in is renewables and energy efficiency.
So like solar power, geothermal, passive solar, stuff like that?
Passive solar. We integrate that into our construction services.
Okay.
We have a very unique blend of services because we are a vertically integrated company,
Okay.
which means we design, we engineer, and we do all of our own installs. We hold the licensure for all the trade work, so we don't subcontract, which is unique because we feel the value from the front end of the project all the way to the tail end of the project. We're going to deliver the best level of customer service.
Right.
And go ahead.
Yeah, so as far as the project, as far as, you know, when you're building and you're going, you don't have all these other contractors getting in the way. You can watch that go through that whole
Correct.
process.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's very unique. And myself and our business partners, Jason and Amy, we really, sat down and really created a unique business model that not only was about renewables and energy efficiency. Everyone talks about green jobs, but what we're also doing is we're employing people. We're putting boots on the roof,
Yep.
and we're putting people to work. So I'm really excited to talk about that.
So here we are. This is solar install.
Yes. Yep.
Tell me about what's going on here.
I'm really excited. This is it's a 3.7 kilowatt array installed right here in South Minneapolis. This was a combination of our construction division and our electrical division that came together, and we had structural engineer on the front end, part of the permitting process with Minneapolis to get a system installed, making sure our structure, our loads were accurate. And
sure, because there's weight on this garage.
Exactly. Yep. This particular project, like I said, it's a 3.7 kilowatt array. This system is going to do about 100%, if not more, of their home energy power, and it's been producing incredible since we've installed it.
So this does all of the electricity for the house.
It does. Yes. The entire house. Yep. They have they actually have a super energy efficient heat pump that's installed with their furnace. So that's an outdoor air-to-air heat pump, and it's actually run off of an off-peak electrical meter, so it helps bring down their cost even more. Yep. They had reported to us during the peak of the summer, this is about a month ago, when we had our highest heat loads, they had a $20 electrical bill for the month running their air conditioning. So very, very excited about that.
That's amazing. It's $20. That's what it was.
$20, yeah.
Okay, Dustin, tell me what this is. We're here.
This is a 5-panel solar thermal system, and I'm excited about this project. This is a Solar Skies 4x8 panel made locally here in Minnesota by Minnesotans.
I love it. I like
and
that.
Minnesota Nice. We're employing people not only within our company, but the manufacturing stream that puts these products together and puts them on the roof.
That's awesome.
So this system was designed by our staff, by AEI. Tim Pendergast is our NABCEP accredited solar thermal designer. He's our project manager. And this system, what it's going to do, it's a 5-panel solar thermal system. It's going to provide domestic hot water. So the system is installed on the garage, but it has a line set that travels underneath ground back to the house.
Sure.
And from there, it's going to feed also the ability to do space heating inside the house.
So the other one was
a solar PV system. Yeah.
And then this is solar hot water.
Solar hot water, and it's a great mix. It's an example of the many services that our company delivers.
Yeah.
Now you had asked also about return on investment, longevity of these systems. As we looked at earlier, the O'Toole system, the solar PV, 25-year warranty on the panels, not to degrade more than 20% over 20 years. So the longevity of these systems, the technology is incredible. I mean, what we're selling as our company is we're selling our services, we're selling technology, we're selling experience. A system we have here, for example, is a solar thermal system. This particular client, they got a solar thermal rebate from the state of Minnesota.
Sure.
That brought them back about $2,000. They have a 30% federal tax credit.
Yep.
That brought them 30% back off that total. And also, as part of this system, I know I mentioned the domestic hot water.
Yeah.
What's unique about this one that we engineered is inside the garage is a workshop. that has in-floor heating. So what we're doing is we're also taking that solar thermal BTU load, running it through an internal heat exchanger. I think it's going to be about a 400-gallon tank. And we're going to actually heat the in-slab, the floor.
So you can heat the
so
garage
he'll have
with that
heat
too.
inside the garage too.
That's amazing. What an amazing solution to all of that.
And right now what he had an electric boiler. That was costing him about $230 to $250 a month to heat in the winter. So we're going to see a huge significant savings in that. And he's also got room up there for some additional panels. There's been talk down the road adding some additional solar thermal for extra capacity. He also wants to save some of that roof space up there for more solar PV. So he's got a great, wonderful roof that faces south, and he's got a great opportunity to put more solar PV. And with that, he could actually run the whole system off grid.
So he can have the hot water heat, heating in the flooring, whatever, all of that stuff, running from a solar panel.
Correct.
It's free energy.
It's free energy.
It's so amazing.
Delivered right here in Minnesota. And who would have thunk in Minnesota we have a better solar window than Germany, which is the world leader, the country world leader right now in solar installations. The reason being is of our latitude and our solar window. We actually in Minnesota here have a better solar performance than many southern states, and the reason being when it gets to solar PV is the fact that the solar PV panels actually will produce more in cooler climates and cooler weather. It's really that direct sun during the heat of the days that can really take down some of the efficiencies of solar PV systems.
Interesting. That's crazy. So much you need to learn, Adam. All right, that was two different systems, an electrical system and a hot water heat system.
Correct.
There's a couple more things that you guys do as far as the community involved. Stuff.
AEI, we're very invested in our community, both locally here in Minneapolis and supporting other organizations that we believe in. Habitat for Humanity, we worked on a solar hot air system up in northern Minnesota outside of Pine River. Again, that was with another Minnesota-made product called R-Real, which is manufactured in Pine River. It's a solar hot air panel, mounts on the south side of any structure, and it produces heat by taking the cold air from the house, passing it through an absorber plate, heating it up, and putting it back into the house as warm air. So Habitat for Humanity, we're very involved with our neighborhood organization here in South Minneapolis. I'm a board member with Minnesota Renewable Energy Society, proud to be associated with MRES, and also MNCEA, which is our new solar lobbying organization, working on the Solar Minnesota project, which is the SES 10% solar energy standard. In Minnesota, there's a 25% renewable standard put on the utility companies. So by 2025, we will be receiving 25% of our power from renewables. Very exciting. We talk about smart grid, we talk about integrating all these things. The SES 10% is a carve out specifically for solar, because we want to make sure when we get to 2025, and Excel just announced about a month ago they are at 10% of reaching their standard. We want to make sure that when we turn the corner in 2025 that we've done all of this with more than just wind, because wind is excelling incredible here in Minnesota, and we want to make sure that that we have that carve out for solar. And by talking about this, by getting this type of movement and creating the public will in our elected officials, we can create 58 megawatts of electricity, which is huge, absolutely huge. And again, let's talk about jobs, putting people to work. That's the direction we want to go.
Absolutely. And so I've been down to those the big wind farms. In the southern Minnesota. It's amazing. It's just amazing to see.
It's very cool. Very exciting. And the last part too, I think we should touch base on. AEI, we're very proud that the people we're bringing on board, the people we're hiring. We just brought on 3 individuals we hired, an electrician and 2 salesmen that have gone through the Renew program with the state of Minnesota. It's a worker retraining program, and specifically these candidates, these students, came out of St. Paul College, and they went through, I believe it was a 6 to 8 week course on solar sales and estimating. Now I'm excited to talk about this because it's the first course ever in North America that actually produced solar sales and estimators in our industry. And I always said that this was the big bottleneck in our industry, We had a great culture of rebates
Yep.
and incentives to
Yep.
install, and we have all these unemployed people that are out of work.
Right.
The problem is the bottleneck comes down to myself and about 6 other contractors that are performing this work,
Yep.
and we're really limited by our own marketing and sales.
Right, yeah.
And if we can take that and we can grow that sales force
Right, and
and
train
really
those
go
people.
out to
Yeah.
train and educate,
Yeah.
we can install more solar, and that's
Right,
what
yeah.
we want to do.
Yeah, it's all about education, really. I mean,
It is.
when it comes
It
down
is.
to it.
There's
Yeah.
educating the homeowner. There is educating our elected officials. You know, we go to city to pull permits, do projects. There's educating our inspectors. Across the board, there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
So we're happy. We're excited to have these individuals, to call them our team members, to
Yeah.
have them on board,
That's
and you know, to roll them into our AEI family.
That's sweet. All right, that's perfect. I love it. Anything else?
That's it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, that's appliedenergyinnovations.com.
.com. Yep. And when you're thinking solar, renewable energy, when you're thinking construction services, everything from gutters to siding to windows to roofing systems,
Check you guys out.
check us out.
You guys-
We're your contractor to call.
That's perfect. I'm Ryan with IMMinnesotanice.com, sharing the best of Minnesota.